Letting go isn't just about cutting ties. It has mystical secrets, which we will explore to reveal that this transformative practice is quietly guiding humanity towards enhancing our third eye wisdom, deepening spiritual connections to the divine, and fostering profound emotional healing and inner peace. My dear seekers of the golden path, have you ever felt weighed down by emotional baggage, unable to move forward on your spiritual journey? In this video, we dive deep into the transformative power of releasing what no longer serves us. This isn't just about cutting ties. It's about aligning with universal energy, transcending ego limitations, and awakening the wisdom of our third eye. By watching this video, you'll uncover timeless spiritual principles that guide you toward emotional healing, inner peace, and a stronger connection to the divine. Imagine rising above old patterns like a phoenix, embracing clarity and experiencing a profound sense of freedom. But here's the real question. What hidden truths about your own spiritual growth might you unlock simply by letting go? Watch to discover the answers that could change everything. Hello there, my dear seekers of the golden path. I am Fredo, creator of the Golden Psychics channel, where I share insights and guidance on the development of the divine third eye and other related spiritual topics to support others on their spiritual journey. Today, let's dive into something that touches the very heart of anyone on the path of spiritual awakening: the topic of letting go. You've probably heard this phrase tossed around a lot lately, haven't you? But this isn't just some trendy self-help idea. No, letting go is something far deeper, something profoundly spiritual. So, here are 5 mystical aspects of letting go and how they guide humanity towards spiritual evolution. Alright, let's think of life like a river, always moving and flowing. Now, when we fight against that flow, holding on to fears, regrets, or trying to control everything, that's when we start to struggle. But when we let go and trust the current, we surrender to something much bigger, knowing it will take us exactly where we need to be. And trust me, this isn't about weakness, but rather it's about deep wisdom. Surrendering doesn't mean you're doing nothing. It's actually a powerful act of aligning with the divine intelligence that runs through everything, from the tiniest grain of sand to the highest intelligence divine entity out there, including us. By doing this, you step out of the limited view of the ego, or the earthly persona, as I prefer to call it, and begin to sense how everything is connected. The more you trust that flow, the clearer your intuition becomes. You'll start feeling those gentle nudges, those little signs from the universe guiding your way. And let me tell you, this isn't some kind of mysterious weird phenomenon, but it's a natural gift we all have, just waiting for us to wake up to it. Our earthly persona, or the ego, is the temporary and limited expression of our eternal true self here on earth, the material world. When you let go of its need to control or be right, you, the real you, the higher self, rise above it. You tap into the higher mind, the part of you that's connected to the universal truth. The practice of letting go often requires us to release the fears, attachments, and desires of the earthly persona that are blocking an individual's development to something higher. This detachment is not about abandoning the self, but about transcending the lower earthly persona to access a higher level of awareness. It is in this state of expanded consciousness that we can perceive divine truths and align with them. So, one way of seeing letting go is that it is a means to train the earthly persona to work in harmony with the higher self, your true self. This is where true transformation begins, and it's something we explore deeply here at the Golden Psychics channel. Let's talk about something really fascinating about how letting go aligns you with the universal laws. You see, the universe has its own rhythms, its own rules. Think about the tides or the changing seasons. There's an order to it all, isn't there? And when you practice letting go, you naturally begin to harmonize with these universal laws, like the law of cause and effect and the law of rhythm. Here's the thing: when you let go, you're no longer trying to force outcomes, but rather you're stepping out of the way and allowing divine timing to do its work. It's like saying, okay, I trust the bigger picture, and that trust, that surrender, brings with it something so powerful: a sense of humility. But take note, this humility isn't about feeling small. It's about opening yourself to life's deeper lessons and the wisdom that comes with them. And here's where it gets exciting. When you align with these universal rhythms, something magical happens. You start to notice things, patterns, synchronicities, little messages that were always there, but hidden behind the noise of your mind. It's like the universe has been whispering to you all along, and now you can finally hear it. So, letting go. It's not just about releasing, but it's also about tuning in. Trust the process, my dear seeker, and let the universe show you its rhythm. I'm sure you'll be amazed at what unfolds. Let's explore another beautiful mystical aspect of letting go. When you let go, you create space, a space for wisdom to flow in. It's like opening the doors or windows of your soul. You activate your crown chakra, your third eye, and your heart chakra, allowing them to receive divine wisdom and guidance. But let me tell you, this isn't the kind of wisdom you'll find in books or lectures. No, this is a quiet, deep knowing that comes straight from the soul, the higher self, the universal consciousness of God. Think about it. When you release fear, doubt, or all those nagging thoughts or emotions, when you release them, you create room for something greater. That's when divine clarity shows up. It's a kind of wisdom that feels so right, so true, that it goes beyond what the mind can reason out. It's like the universal consciousness is finally able to whisper directly to you. You know, this is how psychics and intuitive healers do their work. They quiet their minds, tune out the noise, and connect with that higher guidance. But here's the exciting part: everyone has the potential to tap into the universal mind. Yes, even you. We are all naturally psychic. It's just that for some, these intuitive senses are still dormant, waiting to be awakened. So next time you feel stuck or unsure, let go a little. Quiet the chatter and watch as the wisdom flows in naturally and effortlessly. It's already there, waiting for you to notice. Letting go is a deep transformative process. When approached with genuine humility and sincerity, it becomes a sacred act of renewal, a way to clear out the old and make space for new growth. Imagine it like tending to a neglected garden. As you remove the weeds and debris, you create fertile ground for vibrant blooms to flourish. In my experience as a clairvoyant energy healer, I've seen how letting go helps my clients release stagnant energy. This release doesn't just lighten their emotional and spiritual load, but it also creates the perfect conditions for renewal and growth. It's a process that mirrors the divine principle of resurrection and rebirth, beautifully symbolized by the phoenix. The phoenix doesn't just rise from the ashes, it transforms through fire, emerging radiant, powerful, and entirely renewed. Here at the Golden Psychics channel, this is the heart of our work. We guide you through this transformative journey, helping you uncover your light, your strength, and your ability to align with the universal flow. Just like the phoenix, you too can rise, my dear seeker, glowing brighter and living more harmoniously than ever before. Alright, now let's explore how the idea of letting go shows up in some of the world's major religions. It's fascinating, really, how this universal concept is expressed in different ways. For example, let's look at Christianity. You've probably heard the phrase, "What would Jesus do?" It's a simple question, right? But wow, it's a powerful one. Because it's an invitation to step out of your own ego, your judgments, your fears, your desires, and align yourself with the higher consciousness of Christ, or the Christ consciousness in you. By letting go of what holds you back, you make room for compassion, wisdom, and love to flow through you. It's about living in a way that reflects Christ's teachings, not just believing in them. It's a way of becoming one with the Christ consciousness. Now over to Buddhism. Letting go is huge here. The Buddha talked a lot about non-attachment. Why? Because clinging to desires, fears, or even fixed ideas creates suffering because your universal self becomes limited. It's like carrying a heavy bag everywhere you go. It weighs you down. It limits your power to move and to go wherever you want. Buddhists train themselves to let go and just be in the present moment. This practice aligns them with the natural flow of existence. And when you stop resisting that flow, that's when enlightenment or union with the universal consciousness becomes possible. And then we have Islam. Did you know that the word Islam literally means submission? It's about letting go of your own will. In this case, the will of the earthly persona, and surrendering to the will of Allah. Muslims do this through prayer, fasting, and living with faith and humility. It's such a beautiful act of trust, saying, I align myself with divine guidance because I trust the bigger plan. Through this submission, they experience a sense of unity with God's will, and it brings such peace. So you see, my dear seeker, no matter where you look, letting go is there. It is a common thread that connects us all to something greater. It's like a universal language for the soul. What do you think, my dear seeker? Doesn't it make you wonder how your own path fits into this bigger picture? My dear seeker, it's important to understand that letting go does not mean abandoning or harming your earthly persona, the self that navigates our daily lives. Instead, it involves temporarily releasing its attachments, fears, and limited perspectives to access higher guidance or wisdom. This momentary detachment allows us to transcend the ego, tune into universal consciousness, and return to our earthly existence with renewed clarity and purpose. You see, your earthly persona is not the enemy. The earthly persona is a vital part of our spiritual journey. It acts as the vehicle through which divine love, wisdom, and light can manifest here in the material world, so we can create heaven on earth. Letting go is not about rejecting this aspect of ourselves, but about using these enlightened insights gained through connection with the higher mind to guide and transform it. Integration is key. Here's the beauty of it. When you let go and connect with higher consciousness, you gain clarity. We gain access to the divine truths that illuminate your path. And then you bring that light back into your daily life. It's like a feedback loop. The more you align your earthly actions with the higher wisdom you receive, the more your earthly self becomes a true reflection of your higher self. That's the sweet spot where love, harmony, and wisdom start flowing naturally through you and be reflected here in the material world. Now here's where it gets exciting again. The ego isn't something to suppress or destroy, but rather, from a universal perspective, it's something to train and elevate. When your earthly persona learns to serve the higher self, like a secretary serving the executive, it becomes a powerful conduit for universal light and love. Imagine your earthly persona not as a burden, but as an instrument tuned to divine principles, ready to play its part in the grand symphony of life. My dear seeker, letting go is not about erasing the earthly persona, but refining it. By aligning it more closely with the universal consciousness, we become expressions of divine wisdom in the physical world. This journey of alignment creates harmony within ourselves and with the world around us, allowing us to live a life of purpose, peace, and interconnectedness. In this balanced approach, letting go becomes a sacred rhythm, a momentary release to rise into higher consciousness, followed by the grounding and integration of that wisdom to enrich our earthly lives. It is a cycle of ascension and embodiment, one that leads us closer to our true nature as beings of both spirit and matter, united in harmony with the universal light, love, and loss. This process enriches not just your inner world, but your relationship and your role in the larger interconnected web of life. Here's something to ponder, my dear seeker of the golden path. Humanity is evolving as a whole. There's a collective shift from the temporary nature of materialism to the eternal wisdom of spirituality. We are moving beyond rigid thinking that lacks the guidance of the higher mind, and we are letting go of hyper-individualism. We are awakening to the universal truths of interconnectedness. This isn't just personal, it's global. Every time you let go of the small self, the earthly persona, and open to the infinite, you are participating in this greater shift into the golden age. So remember, my dear seeker, letting go isn't just a spiritual practice, it's a divine, mystical journey. By releasing what binds you to what is limited, you align with divine wisdom, peace, and love, and the great power of the universe. And in that alignment, you rediscover your true nature, one with God, one with the universe, one with everything. My dear seeker, I guess you can imagine now how beautiful that is. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this video. I truly appreciate your presence, my dear seeker of the golden path. If this message resonated with you, please like, share, and follow for more insights. And also, let's keep the conversation going in the comments. And stay tuned for more videos to come. May you continue to see the world through the divine third eye. And I'll see you soon. Take care.